Richard forced me to return for an arranged marriage, so I had no choice but to unilaterally break up with Marcus and buy a plane ticket back to the States. The second before my plane took off, I received a message from Marcus via an unknown number. "Grace, don't you dare let me catch you, or I'll make you utterly regret it." Later, I dressed up to meet my fiancé for the arranged marriage, Marcus. Marcus pinned my wrists above my head against the wall. "Long time no see, fiancé." I was furious. "Marcus, your name and identity abroad were fake? You lied to me?" Marcus smirked, a triumphant, playful smile on his lips. "My name and identity were fake? The one who's going to have you is real." With that, he pressed me against the wall and kissed me fiercely. A certain part of his body reacted visibly. "Sweetheart, it wants you more than I do." Before we continue, please subscribe to this channel and tell us where you're listening from in the comments. Henry and Richard are such old fogies. In this day and age, they're still pushing old-fashioned arranged marriages. Dance had recently expanded its operations into the northern markets, but poor upper management decisions led to a cash flow shortage. They were determined to secure an arranged marriage with the powerful Hayes family from Northwood. To escape the marriage, I bought a plane ticket and left the country overnight. Relishing my newfound freedom, I slept for 2 days straight at the hotel. On the third night, I went to a famous local bar to unwind and pass the time. Not far from me, a young man in a high-quality red silk shirt and black casual pants was undeniably eye-catching. He had deep-set, almond-shaped eyes, a high-nose bridge, red lips, white teeth, and a clear, smooth jawline. 2 buttons of his shirt were undone, revealing his delicate, pale collarbone. The hand holding his drink was long and bony, with sleeves rolled up to expose a smooth forearm. The black watch on his wrist was undoubtedly expensive, hinting at his distinguished status. His long legs were casually propped on the bar stool, making him appear languid, aloof, and yet refined. I roughly calculated that within half an hour of him sitting down, he had politely declined more than a dozen women who had offered to buy him a drink, all in fluent English. He was quite arrogant, but I thought to myself, he certainly had the right to be. I noticed he seemed to be glancing my way, intentionally or not, which sent butterflies into my stomach. But it was probably just my imagination. After all, the 3 classic misconceptions in life are: your phone vibrating, someone knocking on the door, and he likes me. I took small sips of my drink and sent a WhatsApp message to my friend Chloe. "Chloe, I just saw a super hot guy at the bar." Chloe replied instantly. "Send a picture, let me see." "No picture yet." "Sneak a pic. Can you?" "If there's a handsome guy, you naturally have to share him with your best sis." "Okay. Hold on." I aimed my phone in the handsome guy's direction, adjusted my posture, and pretended to take a selfie. Click, the flash went off, and I was utterly mortified on the spot. I saw the handsome guy shake his head slightly, a helpless yet knowing smile on his face, before tilting his head back for a drink. His prominent Adam's apple sent my mind racing. I bit my lip tightly in embarrassment. Forget it, I thought, as long as I'm not embarrassed, everyone else is. I sat up casually and sent the photo to Chloe. "OMG. He's a real catch. If I could just get a shot with someone like him, my life would be complete." I teased. "Don't try to achieve immortality through unrealistic fantasies." "Grace," Chloe said, "didn't you run away from home this time because you didn't want the family's arranged marriage? You two are equally good. Listen to me, brave women enjoy handsome guys first. Win him over, have an unforgettable romance. It wouldn't be for nothing that you fled all the way abroad." As we chatted, the young man slowly approached me with his drink. "Hello, are you American?" His voice was deep, husky, and magnetic. The familiar language made me feel a little more at ease. "Yes." He sat down next to me and raised an eyebrow slightly. "Here on vacation?" I played along. "Yes. Vacation. You?" "My family has business here, so I came to check it out. I'm pretty familiar with this area. Need a guide?" "Free of charge." He seemed very good at striking up conversations, and his almost devilishly handsome face possessed an irresistible charm. "Sounds great, thank you." His obsidian-like eyes sparkled with a smile. "Okay, it's settled then. I'll pick you up tomorrow morning. By the way, where are you from?" I answered truthfully. "Riverton." "Riverton? I've been there a few times." For the rest of the evening, we talked about everything under the sun, a lively and engaging conversation. I learned that his name was Marcus, a Northwood native, and that his family had businesses here. He was chatty, witty, and often made me laugh out loud. I won't deny that a large part of my delight was due to his handsome face. Marcus would gaze at me intently with his deep, expressive eyes and say, "Miss, you look so beautiful when you smile." To be honest, I was completely smitten, but I enjoyed every moment of it. It was an unspoken understanding between adults: you wanted something, and so did I. That night, he drove me back to the hotel in a flashy red Ferrari. Fueled by alcohol, I leaned against my room door, a seductive expression on my face, and asked him, "Do you want to stay tonight?" He looked unfazed. "No, my mom says I'm not allowed to stay out overnight." I was dumbfounded. "My mom says I'm not allowed to stay out overnight, my ass. Is it your mom or your girlfriend?" He put his hands on his hips, licked his back teeth, and shook his head. "No girlfriend." He paused. "I had a fiancée once, but she ran off." I burst into giggles. "Why did she run off?" Okaying like this, got dumped? Couldn't be that you're not good in bed, right? The alcohol made me wild and bold. Marcus's eyes suddenly became predatory. He braced his hands on either side of me, casting me in the shadow of his tall frame. "Good in bed or not, you'll find out if you try." I wrapped my arms around his neck. "How about we try tonight?" He straightened up, his hands resting on my waist. "Not yet. My mom says if a woman gets you too easily, she won't cherish you." He gently stroked my face. "Get some rest. I'll pick you up tomorrow morning." With that, he turned and left without looking back. I stood there, utterly intrigued by him. Over the next few days, Marcus took me to all the local attractions, shopping centers, and popular spots. We ate at every unique restaurant. He spent both time and money freely. We ate whatever we liked, bought whatever we wanted. Time flew by, full and happy. Marcus was like a patient hunter, willing to put effort into me but always maintaining his boundaries. He never once mentioned sleeping together, and Chloe and I were more impatient than he was. Chloe would video call me every day to ask about my progress in winning him over. When I told her what was happening, she was stunned. "You two, with those amazing faces, are playing it all innocent? Impressive, impressive." I didn't want to either. I could be dragged back for an arranged marriage at any moment. I was anxious, never having been in a relationship before getting married. One day, when Marcus was dropping me off at the hotel, I told him, "Marcus, thank you for everything this past while. I've had a lot of fun. But all good things must come to an end. I'm leaving to explore other countries." A flicker of panic crossed Marcus's handsome face. "Can't you stay? I've seen all there is to see. There's no reason to stay." Marcus took my hand, cupping it in his large palm, his thumb gently stroking my skin. "Stay with me, okay?" I leaned my face close to his. "Let's go. Get a medical checkup." Marcus squinted his narrow eyes, looking confused. "What do you mean?" My hand rested on his firm chest, fingers lightly tracing circles. "I want to sleep with you." Marcus's chest heaved, his breathing quickening. "Are you sure?" "Of course." Marcus took a medical report and a box of condoms from the center console. I stared at him in surprise. "When did you get those ready?" "The day after I met you." A slight smile played on my lips. "Let's go. Take me to the hospital. I'll get a medical report for you too." Marcus gently tugged my hand, pulling me into his embrace. "No need. I trust you." I lay on his chest, feigning nonchalance. "Since your mom won't let you stay out overnight, can I come to your place tonight?" He lowered his head and pecked my lips. Yes." With that, a faint blush spread from his neck to his earlobes, making him look both innocent and seductive. I thought he was a player, but he's so pure. I absolutely loved the contrast. On the surface, we were a player and a playgirl, but in reality, we were completely inexperienced. We fumbled and stumbled. I was afraid of pain and ended up crying softly. Seeing my tears, he became so nervous that he broke out in a sweat. Marcus bent down and kissed the tears from my face, cooing softly, "Sweetheart, my precious, just bear with it, don't cry, don't cry. I'll always be good to you, just relax a little." After countless struggles, we were like two armies locked in a difficult tug-of-war. Once he had a taste, Marcus became insatiable. He saw my resistance but had to force himself to hold back. After a few days of rest, Marcus came to coax me again, his actions and voice incredibly gentle. After a few more times, I gradually began to enjoy it. Marcus suddenly became like a different person, always coaxing but never stopping. He was like a wolf that hadn't eaten in 800 years, impossible to satisfy. But there was one thing I was very happy about: he was incredibly mindful of my feelings. He would always make sure I was satisfied first, before thinking about himself. When asked me about our progress, I sent her a photo of Marcus's sleeping profile. Chloe's sharp shriek erupted from my phone speaker. Ah! You rascal, you're eating well, congratulations. She even sent a biting emoji. Marcus was a perfect boyfriend, always willing to spend time and money on me. I could feel his primal attraction to me. He took me everywhere he went, whether it was to the company or business functions. He always wanted to hold hands, hug, and kiss, constantly wanting to be close. We spent 3 happy months together. Until that day, Chloe told me. Grace, your dad couldn't reach you, so he came looking for me today. He said if you don't return for the arranged marriage, he'll cut off your cards. And there's something else I think I should tell you. Your dad has an illegitimate daughter outside, and she's already been brought into the Vance family. I heard from someone inside that your dad even gave her 2% of Vance's shares. I wasn't surprised that Richard had an illegitimate daughter. Ordinary men cheat. What more powerful and successful businessman? It was just that he so brazenly brought his illegitimate daughter home and gave her 2% of Vance's shares that surprised and annoyed me, especially since I only had 3% myself. That old man's move is pretty ruthless, isn't it? It forces me back for the arranged marriage and gives him a reason to bring his illegitimate daughter home. If I don't go back, I become a discarded pawn, and he can find a substitute for my arranged marriage. So, what are you thinking now? Of course, I'm going back to fight for my inheritance. I can't just let the mistress and illegitimate daughter get away with it, can I? Chloe asked me with some concern. What about Marcus? What about him? We broke up. What man is as reliable as family assets and money? Love and sincerity can change at any time. You can't rely on anyone else. Chloe sighed. Ah, he was so handsome, what a shame. I lied to Marcus, saying I wasn't feeling well and needed to rest at home. After left, I started packing my things to make a run for it. I had already booked a plane ticket to return to the States. On my way to the airport, I unilaterally broke up with Marcus. Marcus, thank you for your companionship during this time. I was very happy. But I'm not free to do as I wish. I have to return for an arranged marriage. Let's break up. Let's part amicably. No need to contact each other in the future. Goodbye. After sending the message, I blocked all his contact information. The second before my plane took off, I received a message from Marcus via an unknown number. Grace, don't let me catch you, or I'll make you utterly regret it. I laughed. Riverton is so big, where would he find me? And even if he did, what could he do? The family isn't to be trifled with, and neither is the Hayes family I'm marrying into. As I laughed, my heart felt a faint, lingering ache, a rather unpleasant sensation. After landing, I went straight to the Vance family villa. As soon as I entered, I saw Richard and his illegitimate daughter eating at the dining table, looking like a picture of a loving father and devoted daughter, harmonious and content. My arrival shattered their peace. Not wanting to make things awkward, I headed straight upstairs. Richard slammed his hand on the table behind me. Grace, you're back? You don't even greet me. Do you have any respect for your father? This wasn't the time to challenge him head-on, so I turned around and said, Dad. His attitude softened slightly. This is your sister, Serena. Come over and get to know her. Serena obediently stood up and called out, Grace. I gave her a cold glance and turned my head away. My mother only gave birth to one daughter. I don't have a sister. With that, I walked away. Richard fumed behind me, shouting, Grace, you're absolutely outrageous. Are you trying to kill me? He then broke into an uncontrollable cough, and Serena solicitously rubbed his back. Dad, please don't be angry. Sister just needs some time to accept me as her sister. Ha, how truly understanding. I sat at my dressing table, looking at my mother's photo, and tears streamed down my face. She loved Richard dearly. She had carried 2 children for him before me, but both were miscarriages. After giving birth to me, her health deteriorated significantly. The easiest thing to change in this world is the human heart. Richard had affairs outside. There were constant provocations from mistresses. My mother fell ill with depression and ultimately passed away when I was 18. Considering that my mother hadn't been gone for many years, and I was already grown, Richard hadn't dared to openly remarry these past years, instead keeping his mistresses and illegitimate daughters hidden away. On the way home, I heard from Uncle, the driver, that if the Hayes family hadn't specifically requested me for the arranged marriage, Richard would have pushed Serena forward long ago. Hearing that, my heart turned cold. Richard's heart truly was cruel. I touched my mother's photo. Mom, don't worry. No one will take what's mine. Since the Hayes family had specifically chosen me for the arranged marriage, I presented Richard with 2 demands. First, I wanted to work at Vance. Second, I wanted to increase my shares in Vance. Richard deliberated and initially offered me 5%. I argued relentlessly and secured 7%. I also successfully took the position of general. Getting something always comes with a price. The thought that marrying Marcus would also help me gain control of Vance made me accept the arranged marriage with equanimity. I carefully dressed up to meet my fiancé for the arranged marriage, Marcus. As I stepped into the restaurant, my eyes immediately landed on that dazzling figure, Marcus. He was wearing a custom tailor-made dark suit with slicked back hair, exuding the intimidating aura of someone in a position of power. My breath caught, and my heart recognized him before I did, pounding uncontrollably, making my eardrums ache. I turned to run, but before I'd taken a few steps, someone grabbed me by the waist from behind and hoisted me onto their shoulder. I struggled desperately. Marcus, get lost. Put me down. Marcus smacked my butt hard. Behave, or I'll make you pay for running later. He carried me to a quiet corner and put me down, pinning my hands above my head against the wall. Why are you running? Long time no see, fiancé. I looked at him in confusion. What do you mean? He chuckled. I'm the one you're supposed to meet today. I was utterly incredulous and furious. Marcus, your name and identity abroad were fake? You lied to me? Marcus smirked, a triumphant, playful smile on his lips. My name and identity were fake? The one who's going to have you is real. With that, he freed one hand, cupped my neck, and kissed me fiercely. His kiss was incredibly aggressive, savage, and brutal, conquering all. My legs turned to jelly. A certain part of Marcus's body reacted visibly. Sweetheart, it wants you more than I do. You're in for it today. This insatiable wolf was particularly relentless today. I cried and begged for mercy, but he wouldn't coax and wouldn't stop. When I was too exhausted to move a single finger, he finally took pity on me. He carried me to the bathroom, gently washing my hair and body. Then he slowly dried my hair with a hairdryer before placing me in the soft bed, tucking me in, and holding me as I fell asleep. When I woke up again, it was broad daylight. I opened my eyes and saw Marcus sleeping beside me. In his sleep, his features were softened, his breathing even. He was still impossibly handsome. I reached out and touched his rosy lips. The thought that he was my fiancé filled me with immense joy, feeling as though fate had been kind to me. Marcus's raven-like eyelashes fluttered gently. He took my fingers, kissed them, and pulled me into his warm, burning embrace. Honey, sleep a little longer. I pouted playfully. Who's your honey? Marcus chuckled softly, his voice full of doting affection. You're marrying me, so of course you're my honey. I lightly kissed his lips. Marcus, it's so good to marry you. Marcus kissed the top of my head. Grace, I have to go back to Northwood this afternoon to discuss things with my family. I'll try to arrange our wedding as soon as possible. Be a good girl here. If you run again, I'll spank you. I buried my head in the crook of his neck and rubbed against him. No running, no running. I just want to stick to you. I'm marrying you and no one else this lifetime. Marcus seemed pleased with my answer, his smile wide and unrestrained. He suddenly pulled the covers up, rolled over, and came back down on top of me. I won't see you for a few days, so let's make sure you're well fed today. For several days straight, I was immersed in the joy of marrying the man I loved through an arranged marriage. When I returned to my room, I encountered Serena on the spiral staircase. I was going up, she was coming down. Unlike her docile demeanor in front of our father, she was arrogant and rude, looking at me with resentment. I was about to ignore her and head to my room when she suddenly called out to me. Sister, you seem to be in a good mood these past few days. Her tone was snide. I rolled my eyes, wanting to say, mind your own business, but deciding against it for politeness, I simply replied, it has nothing to do with you. Serena's face broke into a triumphant and mocking smile. Do you really think Marcus likes you and wants to marry you? Her overly sweet brother made me curious. You know Marcus? Of course. If you hadn't come back, I would have been the one marrying him. Grace, aren't you pursuing freedom? Why did you come back? You shouldn't have. I laughed in exasperation. The family specifically named me as the one they want to marry. So, tell me, should I have come back or not? Serena's mocking expression deepened. Marcus doesn't like you at all. When you ran away, you made him lose face in front of everyone. He made a bet with his bros that he could get engaged, and then dump you. Hearing this, I had a growing sense of unease. But I preferred to believe it was Serena trying to sow discord. You think I'll believe you? Seeing my skepticism, Serena took out her phone and opened a video from her album. See for yourself. I took her phone. In the video, a defiant Marcus sat casually on a sofa. Dim lighting illuminated his deep-set features, his expression inscrutable. Around him, people continuously egged him on. Young Hayes, I never thought I'd see the day. The family's Miss Vance, who you're supposed to marry, ran off abroad, I heard. Ha 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 ha, buddy, you got dumped. Now I've seen everything. Wow, we really have to thank Miss, otherwise, we'd never get to see such entertainment in our lives. Marcus, his face dark, snapped, all of you get the hell out. After a pause, he added, want to bet I can get her and then dump her? My hand holding the phone unconsciously tightened, my knuckles turning white. A dull ache surged from deep within my chest, but I quickly suppressed it. I transferred the video to my phone via Bluetooth and returned Serena's phone to her. So, my dear sister, doesn't it feel bad to be played? I chuckled. What do you mean, being played? He played me, but didn't I play him too? After all, he's the one who spent the money, the time, and did all the work in bed. I didn't lose anything. Serena's face turned unpleasant. Grace, how can a girl like you say something so shameless? I frowned slightly, looking at her defiantly. Your mother knowingly being a mistress, destroying someone else's family, and giving birth to an illegitimate daughter, she knows no shame. Marcus and I are both sin. GLE. It's consensual. How can you call that shameless? Serena's face flushed and paled, too enraged to speak. I smiled at her. Actually, I should thank you for the reminder today. This man, I don't want him anymore. I was busy familiarizing myself with the company's operations and management. I also needed to find a way to gain control of the company's shares. I was truly swamped and had no time to deal with their antics. Since wasn't serious about the arranged marriage, I decided to find another match. I opened my contacts list, found Julian's number, and sent him a message. Julian, arranged marriage? Julian's reply came quickly. Grace, don't joke around. You know my situation, I don't like women. Julian, I'm not joking. I'm serious. To protect the Sterling's image, you've never dared to disclose your sexual orientation. You're now at an age where you should marry, and I think you need a shield to fend off the rumors. I'd be a good choice for you. Through this arranged marriage, the Sterling family can help the Vance family overcome this difficult period. In the future, the Sterling and Vance families can benefit each other and maximize profits. To show my sincerity, Vance is willing to give Sterling the government-supported environmental project in South that Vance currently holds. I will also strive to be a qualified wife and will not interfere too much with your private life. Julian remained silent for a moment, then gave me a firm answer. Deal. After returning home, I analyzed the pros and cons of marrying Julian with the family elders. My marriage with Marcus was still uncertain, with too many variables. Although the Sterling family's power wasn't as great as the Hayes family's, their finances were substantial. Moreover, Julian and I were old acquaintances and knew each other well, making it a better choice than the Hayes family. The family elders discussed it for a while and ultimately agreed with my plan. The day Vance and Sterling announced their arranged marriage caused a huge stir. My phone was practically blown up by Marcus. When I didn't answer, he bombarded me with messages. Grace, are you out of your damn mind? What does it mean that you're getting engaged to Julian? Immediately. Right now. Cancel that arranged marriage. Grace, how many times are you going to mess with me? You're going to be the death of me. What the hell are you thinking? Can you explain yourself? Talk to me. Don't you dare think I won't fly to Riverton right now and take care of you. I'm on a helicopter heading to Riverton. Wait for me. Let's meet and talk this over properly. I looked at the endless messages, my head throbbing. I sent Marcus the video Serena had shown me, along with a message, young Marcus, I played you, and you played me. We're even. After a long time, Marcus finally replied. Grace, listen to me. Things aren't what you think. Look, I'll be there in a few hours. Let's find a hotel and talk properly, okay? I was resolute. There's no need. I already have a fiancé. I don't want to get involved with other men anymore. Let's just stop contacting each other from now on. Marcus was furious. Who's your fiancé? Who are other men? You better damn well explain yourself. I didn't reply. Grace, things really aren't what you think. I admit that before we were together, I did have a desire for revenge. But after meeting you and being with you, I never thought of breaking up, let alone dumping you. I've been busy with company matters these past few days, and I've also been preparing for our wedding. Really, I swear. Don't be like this. Can we please meet and talk properly? I sighed helplessly. True or not, it doesn't matter. My engagement to Julian has already been announced. Let's just end things here. Please, will you let me go? I could imagine Marcus's exasperated face on the other end of the phone. Amicable breakup, my ass. You provoked me and now you want to run? No way. What do you mean even? Ev. And if my initial approach to you was wrong, you've dumped me 3 times. You think I'll let you go? Never. I knew reasoning was useless, so I simply blocked him. Marcus searched everywhere for me after arriving in Riverton, but I avoided seeing him. I heard that young Hayes was furious, almost out of his mind. After a few days of frantic searching, Marcus couldn't find me and finally calmed down, returning to Northwood. I thought that as time passed and Marcus cooled down, our affair would be over. I never expected him to brazenly crash my wedding. On the day of my engagement, I hadn't rested well for several days and was feeling a bit down. While toasting guests with Julian, I had a few too many drinks, and my head felt muddled. I went to a room on an upper floor of the engagement hotel to rest. Half asleep, I felt someone open the door and walk in. He came over, sat on the edge of the bed, leaned down, and kissed me softly, intimately. I thought Julian was playing a trick on me since he wasn't straight. I closed my eyes and reached out to push the person in front of me. Julian, stop teasing. The kisses on me suddenly turned fierce and brutal. I opened my eyes and saw Marcus's incredibly handsome face. Marcus, why are you here? Marcus was on top of me, pinning my hands firmly to either side, a sinister smile on his face. If not me, who did you want it to be? Julian? Marcus, are you crazy? I'm engaged. Julian is my fiancé. That one sentence completely enraged Marcus. Bullshit. You will only ever be mine, Marcus. He tore off his tie as he spoke, raised my hands above my head, and tied them. My evening gown was ripped with a rip, exposing a large expanse of white skin. I struggled fiercely, but Marcus held me down tightly. I couldn't move. Marcus, you bastard. Let me go. He gently stroked my face. Save your strength, Grace, or I'm afraid you won't be able to handle it later. He conquered me, forcefully possessing me, pulling me into a whirlpool of desire. In my dazed state, Marcus cupped my chin, forcing me to look at his face as he said, "Look closely and see who's having you right now." I wasn't mistaken, Marcus seemed to be deliberately trying to please me, just as he did when we first met. He had been fierce at first, but now he pitifully pleaded, "Grace, say you love me." I stubbornly turned my head, too ashamed and defiant to look at him. He gripped my chin and turned my face back. "You won't say it? Then I'll make you." After a long ordeal, I thought the outrageous events were finally over. I lay on the bed, utterly exhausted, watching Marcus leisurely get dressed. Just as I was wondering what to wear since my gown was torn, Marcus wrapped me in the hotel's comforter, hoisted me onto his shoulder. "Let's go, sweetheart. Time to go home with your husband." Marcus carried me slowly down the banquet hall stairs, pulled out his phone, and made a call. "Come in." After hanging up, dozens of tall, muscular bodyguards wearing sunglasses and black suits filed in. They surrounded the banquet hall, creating a clear path. Amidst the astonished stares and excited murmurs of the crowd, Marcus arrogantly slapped my butt. "Mr. Sterling, she's mine. I'm taking her." With that, he strode away. It was over, this marriage was utterly ruined by him. Drunk and exhausted, I fell into a very long, deep sleep. When I woke up, I found myself in an unfamiliar room. Yesterday's memories flooded back. I pressed my temples, the situation was far from ideal. I wished I could travel back to the day I met Marcus. I would have definitely turned and run the moment I saw him. Why did I have to get involved with him? Sigh, I thought. I need to figure out what to do now. I sat up and realized I wasn't wearing any clothes. Damn it, I ripped off the bedsheet, wrapped it casually around myself, and got out of bed to rummage through the closet, looking for something to wear. Nothing. It was all Marcus's. Angrily, I threw 2 pieces of high clothing onto the floor. Marcus's soft chuckle came from behind me. I turned around to see him leaning casually against the doorframe, arms crossed, one leg slightly bent, watching me with a composed expression. "Looking for something? Need any help?" I stood with my hands on my hips, glaring at him furiously. "Give me some clothes I can wear." Marcus closed the door and walked in. "The boutique staff will deliver some soon." He walked to the bed, sat down, reached out, pulled me to him, and had me sit on his lap. His long, slender hands wrapped around my waist, his head buried in my neck, nibbling softly. "What else do you want?" he asked me, his voice soft and lingering. "Send me home," I said. Marcus lifted his head, beaming as if he'd just heard a hilarious joke. "Send you home for what? To go back and get engaged to that Julian? Forget about it." I pouted, looking at him with a mournful expression, a few tears rolling down my cheeks. I saw the panic in Marcus's eyes as he reached out, hastily wiping away my tears. My precious, please don't cry. What's so great about that Julian? Capital, connections, resources, anything he can give you, I can give you too. I sniffled miserably. Really? Marcus looked utterly sincere. Really, why would I lie to you? I wrapped my arms around his neck. Marcus, what do you want? I want you. I pinched his soft earlobe. I'm already yours. Then what? Then what? We get married, right now. I deliberately teased him. Married? Weren't you going to dump me? Marcus rolled over, pinning me beneath him. I'd have to be out of my mind to snatch you away only to dump you. Is there something wrong with me? With that, his kisses rained down, soft and dense. My fingers threaded through his hair, tugging gently, forcing him to tilt his head back and look at me. Marcus, let's get one thing straight. After we're married, I'm not going to be your kept woman. You have to help me take full control of Vance. Desire swam in Marcus' eyes as he agreed. Fine. Whatever makes you happy, I'll do anything. Damn it, I'm completely done for when it comes to you this lifetime. With the support of the Hayes family, Vance smoothly resolved its crisis. Backed by the Hayes family, I gained significant influence within the company. During my work, I made every effort to win over hearts, discreetly placing my people at every level of the company. As for the minor shareholders, those who stood with me, I kept. Those who opposed me, I found ways to kick them out, buying their shares to consolidate them in my hands. My grandfather adored me, and under my charm offensive, he also transferred his 15% of shares to me. Eventually, through my relentless efforts, my father's power was gradually sidelined, and I held the most shares in the company, giving me absolute say. Richard had no choice but to let go, entrusting the company entirely to me. He then took Henry and my grandmother and immigrated to Australia to retire. He had originally wanted to take Serena with him, but I arranged an arranged marriage for her, citing the Vances' need to solidify its influence. She married the Miller family's second son, an uneducated wastrel who only knew how to party, chase women, and held no real power. A bastard child wanting benefits without any effort? There's no such thing as a free lunch. As for her mother, I arranged a young, beautiful, gentle, and obedient housekeeper for Richard. How could Richard still care about her? Marcus and I married smoothly. After the wedding, he completely transformed into a whipped husband. When he was with his friends, his most frequent lines were, "It's late, I should head back. My honey will be mad if I'm late. No more drinking. My honey doesn't let me drink. Oh, this is delicious. Tell the waiter to pack some up, I'll take it home for my honey to try. Oh, this is fun. I'll bring my honey to experience it another day." What do you guys know? Happy wife, happy life, that's how you get rich. The only reason my business is so big and I make so much money is because of my honey. Alright, bonus. While discussing business with a few female clients, I invited some young, handsome men to liven up the atmosphere. As soon as I got home, I saw Marcus sulking on the sofa. I walked over and linked my arm through his, asking, "Honey, what's wrong today? Why are you unhappy?" He glared at me, looking pitifully wronged. "Did you go to a high-end club today?" I patted his shoulder, comforting him. "Oh, darling, it was just for work and entertaining clients. I swear, only the clients ordered them, I didn't. I found them distasteful." Marcus angrily opened his phone and placed a photo in front of me. In the photo, a cute young man was feeding me a piece of watermelon, and one of my hands was resting on his thigh. I flared up in anger. "Marcus, how dare you? You had me watched? Can't there be any trust between husband and wife? This was for work, just for show out there. You don't need to overreact." Marcus became agitated. "Grace, you're just taking advantage of my love for you, always messing with me and breaking my heart. I can't live like this anymore." I snorted. "If that's really what you think, there's nothing I can do. Whether we stay together or not, that's your call. I'm tired." With that, I went upstairs to rest. He knew Richard and Henry couldn't control me, so he called Chloe to complain, detailing all my flaws, and complaining for over an hour straight. Chloe comforted him over the phone. "Just bear with it, it will pass. She just made a mistake that many people make. Those other men are just temporary distractions, you're her true home. Once she's played enough, she'll naturally come back to you." Marcus huffily lay down beside me, turning his back to me and ignoring me. I scrolled through my phone, not bothering with him. After sulking for a while, he turned back to embrace me. For some reason, he suddenly got tough. He snatched Y phone, tossed it aside, and loomed over me. So you dare go out looking for other men? Am I not satisfying you, Grace? I'm going to make you utterly mine tonight. Thank you for listening to today's story. If you enjoyed this video, please like and share it with your friends. We look forward to hearing your thoughts in the comments section. Feel free to share your opinions, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more exciting stories. See you next time.